Right, we're live. Hello, everyone. We're about to blow up this time, but not. Episode 10, the Tate experience. There's a parentheses, Andrew, and no, talk about Andrew Tate. Yes, we also listen to a bigger discussion about podcasters to him and content. To give context, Andrew Tate is a kickboxer turned podcaster who likes to whose main things talk about lifestyle, like men's lifestyle specifically. Pretty infamous. Pretty much encourages guys to be like fuck boys, douchebags, and some macho man masculine shit that people say is toxic. So nothing too special about him. Guess if you want more backstory, his dad was a chess player. Tate himself decided to move to Romania because sus reasons. Actually got
Yeah.
investigated by Romanian authorities about human trafficking and rape.
Yeah, no.
So trigger warning on those words.
Yeah.
Sorry for saying that late.
Yeah, the trigger word didn't really hit. But
That was a
Late.
that was a warning trigger.
As of April of this year, they're still investigating the whole thing. But yeah, bald, wears sunglasses like half the time when you see him. I only just started hearing of him because of TikTok.
yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a wild one, to say the least.
If you want to compare it to anyone, compare it to every other podcaster that likes to talk about importance of masculinity and being a man, all that stuff.
Mm.
Fresh and
What
fit.
what are they? Fresh and fit? Yep. There you go. I was just about to say
That was the
Oh,
closest thing I that came to mind.
he
no,
looks
killing me.
just like Homeboy too. Uh that runs Fresh and Fit. Fit, I think his name is. Yeah,
I don't know.
Fit, whoever Fit is. He looks just like him.
His dad is black.
Mm.
But yeah, we're gonna give our takes on it. I'll go first. From what I've seen, based on like some compilations of his best advice, whoever, not necessarily his best, but his advice. Yeah, I don't think people should use them to actually better themselves at all.
What advice specifically do you speak on?
Anything in general, anything about like being better and over your depression, how to treat women.
Can you give us an example? Because I actually don't know some
Oh,
of the advice that you're
eh,
talking about. I'm very underground with this. I've only seen a little bit of them.
same. I only seen a little bit of him, but I don't like it. I think the one that made me upset the most, which is probably unfortunately works in his favor, bit about depression.
Mm.
He says that depression isn't real, but feeling depressed, is real, which doesn't make sense at all. I like contradicts it contradicts itself a lot.
Mm.
Granted, I mean, it leads you to a bigger point about a bigger point about changing your mindset, get out of it, which isn't bad advice, but not like this. Not when he like that's the that's how he's gonna lead. Is you can't say feeling depressed is real when but depression isn't. You can't just say you feel depressed if it's not real. Doesn't make sense. Another bit of advice I didn't like is about the whole crying. Talk about good man doesn't cry or ever cries. Like crying, you can't allow yourself to that. Cry, they're just trying to sabotage the way.
Right.
Which I guess if you're surrounded by fake people, I guess the point is there. But aside from that, like don't do that to yourself. It's even worse when an example he gives about it, like you know, it's this time a proper trigger warning. I'm bringing up a hypothetical about rape. One hypothetical he used on that point was about how if 9 guys came in to rape your girl, you can't cry about it.
It's hypothetical. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's hypothetical, but it's a bad hypothetical. It has to
Yeah.
it has to work some way, and even then, that's like a man extreme point because it's like talk about one man girl on a night. basically being ambushed by 9 other people.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, like the numbers advantage really hit different. Like 90% of the time, really, most people who are like that don't give a shit if you cry or not. As far as they care about, you just in the way, one way or another. It'd be bad to just stand and do nothing, scared, but it's like, going heavy for no reason.
All I can say is this about that nigga and his trashy hypothetical. None of niggas contest his stupidity. But considering they understand how entertaining that nigga is just by
Yeah.
being stupid. So they just let the shit slide.
Y'all want to put up? Do y'all want to put up a video and like see like some of the stuff that he's saying and give our takes on it?
I don't.
I think it helps give context.
Cause I got one up right now. He's saying some wild stuff.
I guess he does have moments where he's a little bit more mild, but doesn't change the fact that
Mhm.
I don't think he's the right person to go to for proper life advice compared to like a lot of other people.
All right, here I'm gonna post this to you, Marvin, since you got that
Right?
screen share capability.
Here we go. I mean, this is free publicity for him, so I guess I can't really complain.
Mhm.
Some cuts.
Please.
Depending on the room, between 1 and 3 machetes hidden in every single room in my house, even bathrooms. Any room I'm in my house, I can produce a weapon. And if you can't do the same thing, you need to think long and hard about why you're such a little pussy.
People have
Some
guns.
motherfuckers like, it's bad.
Pause there on the machete part. There's no way people are gonna
People have
waste.
guns.
Exactly. In the places that let people have guns, they're gonna have a gun. And there's no way in hell they're gonna waste their time, whether it's a gun or machete, put it in every part of the house.
I'm not gonna lie to
It's-
you. Well, I'm not gonna say everything that I have, but I do carry some machetes in certain parts of the house. Some knives and stuff like that.
Again, it's like it's better than nothing, but again,
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. Yeah,
niggas
but
have guns.
Just in case somebody tries to pull up on you, you never know. But
yeah, but
Yeah,
my problem isn't
niggas
about
have
owning
guns.
the knives and machetes. My problem is like keeping it in every part of the house. What if they decide to steal that too? What are you gonna do?
I
Yeah.
mean, hey,
Or
it's
or
it's a
they shoot
deterrent. It's
you and then
not
ask
perfect.
questions later. Or they shoot you and then ask questions later.
That's true. At that
Dude,
point,
Free.
if they got the gun, you gotta let it rock anyways. Because what do you look like defending
Hey,
with a knife?
what he says about vape.
Bad for me. Duh. The fuck? How are people
Is
surprised?
this a Sigma grind set theme?
And now
Yeah.
they're all over Twitter. No, maybe you should do something about it.
He's
No,
a
don't
fucking
do it.
meme, bro.
You're so fucking
Wait, can you run it back?
It didn't cross your mind at some point that permanently sucking on this vape was gonna damage you in some way. You deserve what happens to your dumb ass. Breathe
Okay.
air. You don't need a vape.
Okay, this
You ever
one
seen
is.
anyone with a vape? Have you ever sat in a room? You go, wait,
Reason
let me
is
just
still
take the
stupid, but
vape
he is
from
correct, I
Charlie.
guess.
This one I'll let it pass because it's not like he's saying anything
I smoke
toxic.
cigars,
That
but
nigga
I
said
know
to
it's
breathe
not
air,
healthy.
like they just want to breathe
Give me a big
vape.
fat
Like that's not the
cigar.
point of them
I'm
wanting
risking
to
cancer
vape.
to look like a mafia boss. Fine. I'm not sitting there smoking cigars and going, I can't believe this is bad for me. No, like these fucking vape bullshit children. And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway? If I had a 16-year-old son, he's like, I got a vape. Get the fuck out of here, vape. Do some push-ups. You ain't got time to vape. You gotta do push-ups. You ain't got time.
This is
You're
funny
a fucking
though.
punk. Talking to me about fucking vape. It's insane.
The
The
fact that he
world-
even thinks
why are we
he's gonna
trying to
procreate
save
is
people
crazy.
that
He probably
literally
did. He's just a
Darwinism is
deadbeat.
trying to eliminate.
That's crazy.
Why are we trying to save them? Saw some bullshit on Twitter. Some guy was. If you make $5 million in
I
the
mean,
real
all right,
world,
hold on.
you
You
learn
brother.
so much.
Okay, so for that one, okay, I can agree with the whole like that stuff about like if your son pulls a, hey, I got this veil, I'm gonna be like, what are you talking about? Why?
I'm just gonna say this: if they're already addicted to the vape, go do some push-ups.
That's crazy. I'll probably get.
like,
Mm-hmm.
like the general message okay, vaping is bad, sure. Everything, all the fluff that he adds is just like shit paste.
It
Exactly.
is.
Like he's
Is
saying
it
nothing.
toxic was it flagrant inflammation for clicks?
Like if you could
Yeah.
cut out everything else, I do not like vaping at end of video. That's all we need. The
It's-
rest is
That's
just
not
fluff.
that's
exactly.
not cool enough, Kenny. That's not TikTok worthy.
See, that's it. But that's I think that's my only that's the big problem I'm having with him, right? Because I feel because I've seen some things he says like earlier, like I watched a different compilation of advice he gives. Like I said, the general advice he's trying to give, well, minus the ones where he's encouraging cheating, not bad, but everything else he adds on just just ruins it, bro.
Covers it in feces.
He doesn't like here. He doesn't have to say all that. He just say like, look, vaping is bad. If you really think, if you don't think so, then you're ignorant. That's it. He doesn't have to go this hard, but you know he has a brand to keep up, and like actually watch him for legitimate advice or for entertainment. Of course,
Everybody gotta love the sensationalized bullshit.
I mean, people love social, so that's another topic for another time. Maybe in
All
two.
right, but
Yeah.
5 million in the real world. You
Oh, you want to keep watching it or no?
sure, yeah. I want to see.
See
'Cause
one more.
I really have seen only one video from prior to this,
Right.
other and what you guys were saying about him. So I really don't know about. I've been like super out of the loop with
If
this
you
guy.
make 5 million in the real world, you learn so many lessons about how to network, how to navigate the world, how to negotiate, how to conduct yourself with important people. You learn so much. You make 5 million off of crypto, you don't learn nothing. I have so many people come to me and say, I want to make money. I say, listen, you're not ready for money. You're not a man. You're a dork. And becoming a rich dork will not make your life any better. Perfect man.
Wait.
That nigga is just talking.
Wait.
Alright.
That was cap.
You gotta
That was
dissect
That nigga is
that was
just
that.
talking.
Okay, that was cap. It's not like not cap. He's capping.
Making
Right
a
there.
million in the real world teaches you so much, and it's easy. Do that instead. Shut your
It's
bitch
not
ass
easy.
up, nigga.
You think network
Okay,
is
so you
easy?
said-
Bald
I don't
ass.
think he said it's easy.
No,
No, it's
I think
not.
he said
but
it's
he's
easy.
trying to frame it as like, oh, do that instead of crypto, and crypto is actually the thing that's growing a lot. And if you're like, if even though you shouldn't like, look for get rich quick schemes, if there was any, it's crypto. So it's
Yeah.
like his statements are null and void. But I was like, okay, I guess if I made 5 million randomly and doing another job, sure. But like, I'm not ready for money simply because you don't view me as an ideal. It's ridiculous.
The ideal man. You're a
Yeah,
dork,
let me
not a
think
it's
about
man.
ridiculous.
Let me try to think about what he's saying real quick. So maybe so from what I understand what he's saying that if you make money off of a crypto investment that went really well, that you don't have
You didn't learn
the
anything.
the social or mental acumen to handle a large amount of money as if you would if you had gained it through traditional business means. I think that's what he's trying to say.
I think he's trying to
And
say he
to
didn't
that,
learn anything by making crypto compared to that's what you basically. Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
saying when you make
they
money
make it through crypto.
in the real world, you
Mhm.
know you actually learn something, the process. But if you do so through crypto, you didn't learn anything.
That's
And
not
To
true.
some extent, I can see that
You
being
don't
true.
learn
But
anything by dealing with crypto.
I
don't know if that's a
I
true
type
statement.
no, I get what it's obviously
It's wrong.
exaggerated, but I feel like the principle is saying that like you learn
Well,
less overall
I'll
about
say
how
this.
things work from
I'll
just
say
doing
this.
crypto as
Considering
one isolated event.
Considering he made money in a certain way, and there's
Mhm.
nobody who made crypto in that same way to defend themselves or even talk about it, I
Mhm.
think he's talking out of his ass.
I mean, he's talking out of his ass sensationalized, but at a core value, I think there's some merit to it. You obviously learn less. It's not nothing.
Again,
It's not
don't.
I'll say
nothing.
this.
And I say
I'll
that
wait for
because I do
a
all
five.
aspects of it. I say that
I'll
because
say
I do
this.
both sides.
I'll say this. I need to see a $5 million crypto earner come there and talk,
Yeah.
and then I can make a statement because that's
But
just a
like,
generalized statement about niggas you aren't there to talk.
Well, not because I
can
feel
just
like
say, I can say that about anybody and make it seem kind of make sense until a crypto guy comes in and he's actually able to network and he actually is sociable and everything of that nature.
I could see
What
that. Yeah.
then? What
But
then?
to
He's just
finish
talking out of his ass.
I
I
f-
don't think
to
anything
finish
he
my
says is
point.
literally factual. It's just generalization.
To finish my point, yeah, for sure, it's like generalization, but there's merit to it in the fact that while it's not zero, you still do learn less
I
from a good crypto thing going than if you were to accumulate that money gradually
now
through like business
okay.
ventures.
Now let me chime in here.
Uh,
And for my audience, I'm gonna say this now. Not crypto guy. Not
Wait,
good.
your voice is cutting out.
Oh, hold on. Am I better now for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me start with this. It's just my opinion. I'm not a crypto guy. I'm not a business guy. I'm not really
Mhm.
interested on like that hustle life on anything making money. right? I guess that's a little lame, but that's just how I am. Now, I'll say this: I disagree with you a bit on that, Hakeem.
Why is
I,
that?
because personally I think that I don't think you necessarily learn less like between making money from crypto, making money in traditional means. I don't necessarily think you learn less. I just think you learn a specific set suited to that, right?
That's true, but that depends
I
on like how you earn it, right?
It is depending on how you earn it, but I feel like for someone like him and me, we don't really know how far people go and what they learn in total or what they learn in general when it comes to being able to make that much money in crypto, anything,
Mm-hmm.
and to the extent of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna defend every part of crypto because of the whole debacle with like the NFTs and how people feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I feel like he's talking in bad faith on
Yeah,
people who learn.
100%.
And I feel like if he took the time to like look into crypto, he'll see that like at the very least it's not nothing.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
definitely some.
zero.
It's
It's
definitely
less, but
something.
it's not zero.
That's the thing. I don't think it's less. It's just not the same as doing things the
I could
traditional
see it.
way.
So you're saying like it's a different skill set, and I could see
Yeah,
that
that's what I
too.
said earlier. Like it's a different skill set. It's not less. It's just not the same. I still think you
Mm.
can learn things like networking through crypto if
Not
you.
necessarily
I
purely
I
network.
think you can, not purely. Okay, like not purely, maybe not purely, but I think in some
Mm.
extent for some people they can do it. They can do some networking if they want to be more involved in
Mm.
crypto, right? Like in the business itself, not just like
Mm.
invest. If you're just investing, then yeah, you don't really need to learn how to network. You just need to know how to navigate through its markets since it's like a completely different thing compared to like normal stocks. But
Mm. There's also like I would say I think from what from a at a core level it is significantly I'll say it's significantly easier to become a millionaire off of crypto with virtually doing nothing than it is if you were to do it through traditional
I
business means.
and
And that's what I think the point that he's trying to
I
make
think
is that
yeah.
if you just put like 10K into Dogecoin and became a millionaire off that, what'd you learn?
See, but
That's
that's
essentially what I think he's trying to say.
but I think
Now, it's not a perfect way of saying that, but there is merit to it.
it's only merit because people just don't know how to explain it. It's not like I'm not gonna defend shit, but I'll defend that much. Like when it comes to things that are easy compared to like other ways, of course it's not gonna look that impressive because
Mhm.
you virtually did nothing. But like
Yeah.
if you get someone who knows what they're doing and actually knows how to explain shit, like actually
Oh,
have
for sure.
competence at teaching, then you'll see that okay, it looks like nothing and laziness is actually a
Mhm.
lot of thinking and just as
You
much
gotta,
opportunity as like every other thing. It just doesn't
yeah.
look like that with crypto in particular because like it's not like you're doing a lot of work
Mhm.
directly, I guess, because that's just how what crypto allows. But,
Mhm.
let's move on from that before it becomes a crypto specific topic. episode.
Oh, but I say, nah. I was just making my comment because I think that like what he's saying at a core level is true, but it's sensationalized bullshit. And I say that because I mean, you guys know me. I have hundreds
Yeah.
of hours invested in trading
Yeah, I know.
and
Okay.
business, so it's like I see both sides of it. So I can definitely say it is a more isolated thing. Like if you were to get like super lucky off of crypto, you learn a little less. But if you actually do put in work, I say yeah, I can still see the different skill sets. But I still think it's sensationalized bullshit. But there is merit to it.
Never settle.
All right, let's see what he says about relation.
Perfect men never settle down.
There we
Because
go.
perfect men don't
Sigma
have to
theme.
settle
You said perfect,
You're
man.
moving
Hold
on,
on,
man.
wait, wait.
Whoa.
He said perfect, man.
down. Perfect men never settle down. Because perfect men don't have to settle down. If you're a low value man, you have to give everything about yourself to try and inspire loyalty from a female. So no man wants to sit home and watch Netflix. No man wants to not roll with his boys. No man wants to be monogamous. No man wants to do these things. But the only way he can try and hope his female is loyal to him is if he's with her every day and he doesn't cheat and he pretends to enjoy the trips to IKEA on the weekend on his only day off. Yeah, I think those curtains, yeah, maybe. Well, they're yellow and the couch is yellow. No man wants that. Who said it? Social.
I think right there it has an extra bit of cap there, right? Of course, no one wants to settle down. Of course, you can't be like
That nigga is
a
just
wimp.
talking, bro.
Of course, no one wants to be a
I
wimp
don't
because
know
if
why
you're a
I
wimp,
don't know why we have to pretend to humor this dumbass nigga.
I
swear to God,
I'm only
that nigga
humoring.
was just talking.
Okay,
No
This is
man wants to be
content
monogamous.
creating.
No man wants to. Like, nigga, shut up. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not every man. Nobody wants to be a fucking bald nigga, but you are bald, nigga. I know you didn't choose that. Oh, please.
I mean, being bald's not that bad.
I know, but no man wants it. That's not every man's definitive mode. Not every nigga's like, I want to be bald. No,
And some people do.
some events happen. And you're just
Okay.
like, shit, it's time.
Nah,
Yeah.
some people just like the bald look.
yeah.
Yeah, but then when they grow out their hair, you realize it wasn't just a choice.
I
It was a
don't know.
need. But
I don't know,
anyways,
bro.
no,
Some people like the
I'm
bald
just saying,
look.
like, I know a lot of bald niggas.
I
I
used
just
to
say
like the bald
I
look
don't
when I
know a
was
single nigga that I don't know a single nigga that's like, yeah, I just want to be bald. No,
No, when
not
I
a
was
single one.
younger, I used to just cut my hair a little.
I mean,
But
you're not
I
bald
like
now,
more
so
hair now. Yeah, because I like to grow out my hair.
I know
I'm
current bald
experimenting
niggas.
with different
But,
things.
anyway, but regardless, this nigga bald dumbass. I don't want to listen to him talk about
That's
relationships
crazy.
because he's not fucking married. He's not in a long-term relationship, and he quite literally says, I am not monogamous," but goes to talk to monogamous women, not polyamorous women, which doesn't fucking make sense considering that is his fucking end-all goal. But he realizes polyamorous women are fully polyamorous, and he doesn't want that. You know what? And after that, after he realized that, I'm just gonna bamboozle a bunch of monogamous women and try to make that work, but it won't work. That nigga's a fucking dumbass.
Now, okay.
The perfect
Do
man
you think?
won't settle down. Nigga, it's not unsettling down. Some niggas do want to be monogamous. Some niggas don't mind going to fucking IKEA with their significant other to choose some stupid curtains. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but
This
to him,
nigga's
those
just
are better
talking.
cooks.
I feel like
Nigga
that.
over
You
here
said,
putting
wait, what?
Sigma male, nigga over here putting Sigma male music over shit, trying to make it seem like it's logical. And nigga, you just talking. Hey, what? Just sending words into the ether.
I think that's a
Hoping they stay.
compilation video. I think that's the compilation video.
No, he
Yeah.
puts it on his shit.
Does he?
He puts it on his shit. Yes, he does.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
that is funny. Okay, now to be fair, Kenny,
Uh,
I know, I was showing him too, but at the very least, I can't let people say that I've been totally biased against him. You know, gotta give some benefit of the doubt, so people can.
Okay.
I guess I'm devil's advocate. Fuck that nigga and everything he stands for.
I mean, Keem is devil's advocate because he's trying to advocate.
I'll play a
say the
little
best.
bit of devil's advocate just because I haven't heard like virtually like 99% of the stuff he said.
Same.
So I still have the ability to mentally play devil's advocate for this man. I'm just
Nah,
like,
I can't.
but
That like
that was
you can't say
definitely. I feel like that was definitely cap though, as far as like nobody
that.
wants to do
Not
that because like it depends on the type of person, because not
yeah,
everybody wants to be out here
the
like
lifestyle. All right,
yeah, like not everybody wants to be out here for the streets and whatnot. Not everybody. Some people do actually want to form like
a
meaningful
family.
relationships, and going to IKEA with somebody on the weekend is enjoyable when you actually like spending time with that person. It's not just a random event that's like
Exactly.
sucking time away from you. If it's actual quality time, then it's enjoyable.
And I don't remember
That's what some
much.
people find enjoyment
And you know what? I don't remember much from the last time I went to IKEA, but people generally like the stuff IKEA has.
in. Young
Uh,
Genesis.
yeah, that's
Nah,
just
we
my
gotta
little
keep it in,
sister.
bro, for character.
But I muted it on the recording because I didn't want people to hear it. But yeah, sorry
Okay.
about that. For little sister came in, didn't even knock. I need. You know what? I'm gonna get a sign for my Watson willy
Quality
nilly.
control.
If it's not for an emergency.
I
So,
feel it.
so what was I saying? Yeah, people like IKEA stuff. So really,
Mm.
even if they're not dating anyone, they'll go when they want to, even if they don't need to get anything particular. So that's not really fair. Generally speaking, he's just kind of unfair about other people's lifestyles too. I've noticed that a little bit.
He said he's saying what about other people's lifestyles?
That he's not fair about other people's lifestyle.
Not fair about it.
Yeah, I
You
feel
mean like
like
he doesn't recognize that people can want to live a certain way? Other
yeah,
than that,
yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely feeling that.
I mean, I can't be any more clear than that. But yeah, he's I don't know. I think he's just a hater. On people
Sensationalized.
sensationalize hating. All right, we're almost to the end of this.
Social media has made people far too comfortable with disrespecting men because there's no chance of getting smashed in the face. If you say a fraction of the things to someone's face that they're saying in these YouTube videos, it's on. But they're just sitting there running their mouths. The worst thing about it is it's awfully feminine because that's what
Right.
women do. Shout at each other without physical confrontation. They'll just
That's
yell
not
for
true.
an hour and a half. That's female. In the male world, if I were to come up to you out of nowhere and start shouting, within about 3 or 4 seconds, it's on. I'm going to attack you, you're going to attack me, right? There's also other people who are depressed who
Okay,
The video
that's not.
chopped up.
Did it?
Wait, the video chopped
Yeah,
up.
we got the gist of it.
So he's saying, yeah, he was saying basically like all that screaming and yelling would have resulted in a fight within a few seconds.
Keep it a band with you. This
Yeah.
nigga's a retard. This man is just like, oh, I just found out what a Twitter troll is. Oh, they say mean things. That's feminine. Nigga, grow up.
Okay,
Fuck them niggas. I don't know what the fuck. No, no, we're not about to talk about like, oh yeah. I mean, he's actually right. Niggas common sense, bro. We all know
Yeah.
this. Why is that nigga talking?
I don't know.
It's awfully feminine. It'll be on in a second. Yeah, that's what Twitter fingers are, nigga. It's the keyboard warriors, bro. You
Yeah,
just found out about the internet?
yeah.
Come on, man.
I think saying it's feminine is like I think saying it's feminine is a weird part. It's definitely immature, but saying it's feminine purely is
I mean, he's a misogynist. That's how. This is the only way he can
yeah,
rationalize.
because he's
mean,
like framing
yeah.
it as if like that like pettiness and like immaturity is like cast on to femininity when it's not because like the same could be said about physical confrontation, right? If you immediately jump to physical confrontation and you can't settle matters another way, is that any
Childish.
more mature?
Yeah, it'll be seen as childish and shit.
But,
Like, no, you're definitely correct. It's just like the whole idea, like, and also like the idea that women won't beat a bitch up.
yeah,
Is,
I will say that
I'm sorry, that's simply untrue.
that's
but
not true.
I
He
guess,
clearly hasn't seen enough videos of women fighting. Clearly, they
I
will.
mean, he's clearly never been to New York. That's all I gotta say.
Clearly, he's never been to a
Never been
big
to New
city
York.
with a large black population.
With a bunch of
I hate-
BX people, you'll see a
Stop.
lot of people get clapped up fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Male,
Stomped out.
female, whatever. It's
Stomped
not
out with
like
attempts.
man, like it's not. I don't know why they think that junk is sweet in any type of way.
You know,
It's ridiculous.
it's weird because he's from Chicago, so I'm pretty sure I know for a fact he's seen women like throw hands there. He can't
Mhm.
he can't tell me otherwise. He can't convince me otherwise.
I
Oh,
feel like a lot of this like misogynistic stuff is just like so played out at this point. It's just like
corny, right?
it is, yeah, it's super corny. It's like it's hella corny. It's like degenerate. It's like falling on deaf ears. It's like, yeah, I get it. You think women are inferior? I get it. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
You think women have no honor? I guess if you want to be like that, even though you just said that men should never settle, and basically. All right,
Yeah,
let's see
that's
this.
just mad childish, bro.
Okay, I think we're on the last bit.
Sensationalized.
There's also other people who are depressed who sit there and go, I'm depressed, I don't know why.
Oh, this is that thing you were talking about.
Because you're a loser. Nobody
Okay.
told you at any point you're supposed to be happy all of the time. You're not supposed to be happy. Happiness is on top of a mountain, and you fuckers ain't earned it. So I'm thinking of all the things that make me happy. The fact my beautiful physique, like fucking Hercules.
Okay,
My life.
okay.
Wow.
I can't. That's so used to say beautiful physique like fucking Hercules. I can't.
This
I
nigga,
couldn't.
bro.
We all look. We all know how. We all know how
Just-
how Hercules looks like most of the time. It's not like that.
All
It's
right,
man.
so, like,
That's man narcissistic. Okay, let me finish.
My
so
land,
he's gotta be mean.
my house, these bitches, whatever I do,
He's playing
whatever I
a
enjoy,
character, and he's
they
definitely
all
profiting
had
off
to
it.
be earned.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So he's gotta be doing, yeah, like you're saying, he feels like he's playing some kind of character, like this, like super, like egotistical, like
Being a
sensationalized
man,
character.
being
Baby man.
egotistical.
You
That
said
sounds
baby
like.
man.
Yeah.
No, I said that's being a man. That's being
Oh,
a
I thought
man.
you
What you
said
mean
baby man.
egotistical, man? What you mean? That's not being egotistical, man. Egotisticals are females. Okay, femoids. All right.
Oh no. No.
I was gonna be honest. Oh man, that nigga gives me a headache. Oh Jesus. I can't believe I
It's
can't
bad.
believe that I can't believe that a lot of people are like are like literally looking to this man in all seriousness. I'm just like, bro, I don't know why. I don't know how far down a pipeline that you can't just use common sense to be like, all right, bro, there's a lot of generalization and there's a lot of blame shifting on like issues that aren't really yours, and there's a lot of, oh, you're sad, get money and work out, that'll make your life better, when really that's not a solution for anything.
It
It's
helps,
just, it's just
but not.
it helps your bodily health, but like it doesn't really change your mental. It's not like a mental thing to do. Like, otherwise, every bodybuilder would be incapable of being depressed, and that's just simply not the case. So it's just like I don't I don't know. That nigga just talking
I
95%
mean, but
of the time.
he has some merit to it, right? Like as far as exercising, because
Well,
exercising
possibly
does
is.
boost your mood.
It doesn't uplift anybody from from actual true
It
depression.
can,
Otherwise,
but it's
there'd
not
be
like.
Not
no need
alone.
to
Not
clinically.
alone, right? It's just a
No,
piece of the
no,
puzzle.
no, no. But that's what he's saying alone. We're not
Well,
gonna make his statement better. He said that alone.
I'm
He
just
didn't
here to
say
speak
anything
on what
else.
was said.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
didn't
making
say
his
he didn't.
statement. I'm not here
Yeah,
to make his statement better or worse. I'm just speaking what
yeah.
I think about what
I'm
was
just
said.
saying he said alone. He didn't say anything else. He didn't give any alternative. Get money
Regardless, I still
and
think that it can help.
he said get money and work out. That's it. No therapy, no working on yourself, no understanding what traumas and how
Oh,
they
okay,
affect
okay.
you.
That's a
None of
huge
that.
loophole.
Okay, Kenny. Now, to be fair, when you say, I don't think you should say bring up work on yourself, because I technically getting money and working out is working on yourself.
Not only though. That's not
Yeah.
what like the therapeutic,
Of
hey, you're
course.
depressed, maybe you should work on yourself. That's not only what they mean.
Of
But that's what
course.
he means.
I know.
That's what he means. He stated it specifically.
Right.
And that is why he's incorrect. Because only those two are not gonna uplift anything.
No.
You
Nah.
need,
that'll
you
help.
need to talk
Like-
about your problems. You need to review what your traumas are and how to best deal with them. You need a plethora of other things that he just doesn't talk about or even allude to. That
Okay.
nigga's just talking. That nigga's just talking.
if
Like,
you
I'm
want,
just gonna be honest. That's like me saying to get good at soccer, you just need to be able to kick the ball at a very hard speed. Not anything about control, not anything about technique, not anything about positioning of your teammates, not anything about passing. Kick the ball hard. Sure, that one part is part of something, right? But without the entire picture, it is simply incomplete and untrue. That's what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
That nigga's just speaking.
And I will say this: instead of like people actually listen to him and be happiness as be on top of the mountain, just treat it as something to strive for. You don't have to do the most to achieve happiness. You just gotta do your best. Because life doesn't give a shit how hard you work. Once it makes you sad, it makes you sad. Like look at the people who I would consider as like one of the few people that I thought of as something of a hero for me, which is something I don't really do because I'm kind of a bum who doesn't like to be that emotionally attached. Anthony Bourdain. I loved him when I was younger. I need to go back rewatch his stuff. That man had like the best job ever. He was like a cool ass chef and moved on to doing shows about traveling the world, enjoying the cultures and their food. And oh, I must be cutting out a little bit. And like and enjoying the people, super charismatic, makes good money because his shows were on like the Travel Channel. Then like when he moved on to Parts Unknown, it was on CNN and all that. He knew all these cool people and he married to like a lot of people. Look what happened. Died in a hotel in France, overdosed. It was sad still. Like rest in peace. But fuck, that shit's sad. Having it like it's something to strive for.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll even go as far as like to talk about like the one of the most famous people in the electronic music scene, Avicii. That nigga was literally on a mountain, could not make a hit. Had everything about his body was right, his money was right, everything about him, and he still felt the need to take his own life simply because there was something in him that he could not get over. It sucks.
Fortunately,
it sucks to say, and it was suck. It was a sucky time to go through for all his fans. It was just like just doing the physical is simply not enough. Doing the doing the money,
financial
working out is simply not enough. There's another element to this that I really think is wild that people don't like. If he was being serious and he didn't bring that, I don't take him serious because he did not bring up the mental aspect of, hey, understand your traumas and and understand how to deal with them and stuff like of that nature. None of that was spoken on. That's why I'm just like, that nigga's forever a clown to me. Even even if I was pretending like he was being serious, like he just simply couldn't be to me. Like I just couldn't take him that serious. Like that man.
Yeah.
Not even if like part of the things that he was saying was helpful. Just
Again,
because he didn't have the full picture.
It's a part of that doesn't work without the whole.
Well, that's not
right?
true at all.
A cog and a clock. I literally explained why it wasn't true.
No, but
bro.
I know why. I know why, but I'm disagreeing with you.
It
But you're saying that okay. So if I understand you correctly, you're saying that because he doesn't give you the whole puzzle, the piece is ineffective.
Without that piece, it is not a complete puzzle. Yes,
but the piece is ineffective.
It's just a piece.
Okay, but is that piece effective?
No.
So the piece is ineffective because
you need the whole puzzle.
And that's where I disagree with you.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
to me, life is about the journey, right? And every piece that you collect adds to your life. Regardless of whether it's the complete puzzle.
That's not
now,
the
okay,
metaphor. You definitely changed what I was saying.
Now,
I'm not talking about life in general. I'm talking about the road to healing from depression is a very specific road. No,
I'll say that's the same. I'll say it's true for that too, because like
you can't
you're
just do
a little bit
piece
less
of the
depressed.
journey. You can't.
But you're still a little less depressed.
Is my point.
You're still a little less
depressed
than you were before.
It doesn't fucking matter if you're less. Because the point is to not be, right? Considering that's exactly why Marvin brought up Anthony Bourdain. That's exactly why I brought up Avicii. They had that. They had that. That's not even debatable. And it still happened. You know why? They didn't do the whole picture. And unfortunately they felt the need to take their own lives. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Now allow me to be
people though. For some people, the full picture looks different though, because like think about it. Some people, like people that are more aware of like the mental aspects, if they did do the physical aspects, then they'd
Yeah.
have more of a complete picture, right?
They
Okay.
did both pieces of the puzzle to make it a complete picture. They would have the complete picture. Yes, that's what you said to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like
Here's
even though
Yes,
it's
if they
not,
had all the pieces, right? He's talking
Mhm.
about a single piece, regardless of the other shits.
but is that single piece not still helpful? Just because it's
Without the
not
again,
the full piece, the
okay,
full puzzle.
I'll just go say, hey, put this into your bank real quick. Put this a bank account number real quick and go to this ATM, King,
Uh,
without telling you anything about it.
uh,
No question. You wouldn't have any question.
I mean, I would have
You would
questions, but
have
I
a
would
question,
still
right?
say,
Like, why
I
why
would
are you
say,
asking me? What is this for? I could
yeah,
be giving you all the money in the world, right? But without
uh,
the pieces of information, right?
mm,
It is incomplete, right?
that's fine.
And
I think. I think
no,
at least it's
not for the
okay
path.
from what
I
I've
don't think the
seen.
path to recovery is there's any shortcuts. I simply disagree. I don't think there's any examples of that. I'm just no.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
doing
it's a shortcut at all. I
it. I'll
think it's a
agree to
piece of the
disagree.
puzzle.
I'll
No,
agree to
okay.
that's.
disagree.
I don't think you're hearing me at all, actually.
I'll agree to disagree.
But I don't think you're hearing me.
Okay.
Legitimately, I
I'll
don't
agree to
think you're
disagree.
understanding what I'm saying. Legitimately, I don't think you're hearing me.
Okay.
I'll agree to disagree.
Okay, then let me be the man who puts a stamp on this with something of a, you know, be the great balancer. However that goes.
Can I say my point too? Because I
Okay,
don't.
I'll let you finish your point.
Yeah, because my point to that was it doesn't have to be the complete picture, but that one piece is still helpful, regardless of whether or not it's the complete picture. That's my point.
Now, I'll say this. Everything you're arguing is also, well, between the two of you, everything you both are arguing is really dependent on each person and their vision of a lifestyle, right? And
Mhm,
that comes with different factors, I feel. Whether how bad their mental health is,
mhm,
or like let me not say how bad. Let me word it as like the state. Like, what's
mhm,
the state of their mental health, between if it's really good or really bad, um their lifestyle choice, what needs to change. If it's only in a specific thing, that's okay. If the problem's a little bit deeper than that, then there's a little bit more work to do.
mhm,
Well, I'll say against what you're saying, Hakeem, which is still really dependent on on each person, is that the total thing is the greater than the sum of its parts. That's the argument I'm gonna make here with that analogy.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Sure, each individual part does its part, but for some people, they need to combine a lot of different things so
mhm,
that it'll work. And I agree. Life's a journey, which is why I say like people should look to strive for happiness and not treat it as something on the top of a mountain.
exactly.
Because that, but the thing is, the way he words it, I don't feel like it's in the positive way as me and you look at it. I think he's treating it as like, it feels like less of a journey. I feel like when the way he says it feels less of a journey
And like a result of action.
and more like a result of actions. It's like instead of a journey, he's like trying to tell you that you gotta go through the 12 labors of Hercules, and or or
Hmm.
or it feels like it with the way he wants to be so like extreme and tough.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that at all. Because like really, that puts a sour taste in the mouth. Because then like once you do have it, then you're gonna have a whole host of other problems that you have to deal with before you actually find out what happiness is. Once
Yeah,
you figure out that it wasn't at the top of that mountain.
exactly. And like the truth is, like happiness is very value based. Some people's happiness are a lot more humble than like being
Mm-hmm.
super rich and super handsome, or
Mm-hmm.
or something like. And I'll admit, I I'm guilty of having that thought too. Remember that time in our little growth and wisdom channel, how I have this secret yearning to be a great man and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, have to talk me out of it, because even though it's good, it's a little bit unfair on myself. It's
I don't remember that.
oh well, that was
Remember that
just
part
between me and
specifically.
Richard and Caleb then.
Uh, yeah, I don't
Well,
remember that part
let me just
specifically.
move on from that, because then I'll lose my point. The point is, I guess for Andrew Tate, and I guess this is gonna be my wrap up point for like his character. I feel like he only works for a specific type of people. I mean, clearly for his success, he has to appeal to everyone, and for a lot of people, that sensationalism, that the entertainment he provides, works a lot. And I'll be honest with you, he'd be stupid if he stopped. You know, not everyone can be successful by being a genuine person who provides healthy advice. I don't want to say it like that because I need to practice more to be more positive for my own sake, really. But like, honestly, it doesn't work for everyone. Everyone has that kind of charisma to make that work. But other people's charisma works better for being like el toxic macho man type deal. And that's what Andrew Tate does. And you know, I have to give credit where credit is due. He knows who his target audience is. I will say that I still don't support it, of course, because it's like only some people.
Bullshit.
It's sensationalized bullshit, and like I said, his advice works for a specific type of people. And for me, those specific type of people are people who are like him, except they're actually like that. I'm not gonna say how he is in person, but I will say there are plenty of people who are probably like that in real life, and they're probably capable of doing that. They'll probably be okay for now. I mean, there's a limit to how long like one can get away with everything. Everyone is clever enough to do so, but there's people like who he's trying to pretend to be or likes to show himself to be that can do it. There's other people who, once they try to put it in practice in real life, they're gonna learn, hopefully, preferably the easy way, that they're just not about that life. Which is a lesson that we all have to learn eventually. Like, oh, cut out for you?
I could say
Oh, like, well, anyways, like I was saying, like, you know, we all learn at some point, whether for better or for worse, that we're not about a certain way of life. I'm not about that tough shit, that aggressive shit. You know, same with other people. Other people are just not about that, like, super peaceful Zen life. Some people are about that big money, big business shit. Other people are just too idealistic to really fall into that pragmatic lifestyle. And it's really rough. So if I can preach anything for anyone, no matter how little views I usually get in these vids, is that please, if you're gonna watch these videos, just keep in mind that a lot of this shit is like more entertainment than like actual advice you should be taking.
that's how I'm taking it. It's just a funny comedian,
It's like,
basically, from what I've seen so far.
yeah, this is some like, and if you're really gonna take this seriously, just look into yourself, right? If there's one advice I think you can take from him, which is from a different comp video of his, it's like that you should be genuine, all right? Of course, the way he describes being genuine is more like being an asshole, and I guess
What did he say?
I don't know, because I mean, his point is that he doesn't like when people are like nice all the time because he thinks it doesn't make sense or
You
whatever.
say he does your mic cut out.
Oh, I said his point that he was trying to make, or when it comes to like being genuine, if it sounds more like he doesn't like the fact he doesn't trust people who are nice all the time. Which, like, okay, I get it. Some people are really fake, but it's also corny of him to say. And he'd rather be like genuine and be like an asshole because at least like the people who do like it be like, you know what, you're not that bad, blah blah blah, like whatever. But if there's one thing, if you're gonna listen to something like that, at least look deep into yourself and be real with yourself as much as possible. Is that something? His advice that you give, is that something you're capable of doing? And I'm not just talking about if you're confident enough. It's if your conscious, your natural conscious, would even allow you to do. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's enough of me trying to be someone of the moral high ground. Enough of that. You guys have any?
I guess.
You guys have any final points? Speak now.
Sure, I have a final point. Do you want to say yours, though, Kenny? Mine's gonna be kind of short because
You
again,
good?
I don't have that much about him. Okay. So, all right, my final point about him, from the very limited experience that I've had with him, is he seems like a sensationalized comedian with moderately, moderately, I'll say moderately thought-provoking points that may or may not help people depending on their viewpoint of it. Some of it, if you can cut through a lot of the sensationalism, then I'm sure you can find some use out of the stuff he's saying. Um, but from what I've seen, nothing too toxic other than the I haven't actually seen the stuff with the rape allegations, but I definitely don't fuck with that. Definitely don't support that. So were they allegations or were they confirmed?
I think it's like allegations. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't even. I
I
need to
can't
look.
speak on that then
I
since
can't.
it's
I can't speak on it either. I know. I mean, I commented on it, but at the same time, I did look at it Wikipedia. You know, some people, you know, they're not too big on Wikipedia as a source, but people use Wikipedia all the time.
Mhm.
They
Okay, so with
they they did find women in his house one time, and they are investigating on it as of April of this year. Like I said earlier, so who knows? Who knows? But it's
okay,
not
so
a
I
good
don't, I
look.
don't really speak on that because I don't know whether or not he actually did it or didn't. So I can't speak on that part. But from what I've seen from him, the very limited interaction that I've seen from him, he just seems like a comedian with thought provoking ideas that may or may not help people if they can cut through the sensationalized bullshit and not take shit so personally.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's really that's my take on it.
I feel like that's a whole nother topic that we can talk about too. That's just been on
Yeah.
my mind, to be honest. Like talking
But
off
I know
top.
people talk. I know just people. He's an internet nigga. Internet niggas talk. So like,
Yeah,
you gotta at some point, if you can cut through that shit, you he is what he is. I say that.
honestly, I think that's another conversation we need to have at some point. I think we did talk about this once. I don't know if we did it on the podcast, but we should talk about comedians and like the content they talk about, because I feel like this is gonna be a recurring thing. Not just between us, but I feel like the next time there's gonna be a big controversy about a joke that offended people,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
because I feel like it's not gonna be with him. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, that's a topic for another time.
All right.
You have anything to say, Kenny? Now that Hakeem said his piece, if you don't, that's fine too.
All I can really say is that I think that to call stuff like this entertainment leads to very strange things, considering he definitely is part of a pipeline that leads people down an incredibly treacherous path in terms of the way of thinking. Because
Yeah,
again, like the point of the pipeline is simply to ha ha, he's funny, he's saying wild things, but he has certain points about certain things. I'm gonna continue to support and rationalize him, and then start to take him more and more seriously, and then after a while you'll find yourself at a place where you were definitely weren't there before, but you're gonna be there now. I'm gonna be honest, I'll always say this: ignorance is not entertainment. Blatant shittery is not entertainment. Like, romanticized violence is not entertainment. And I simply will never agree with niggas like this. I always hope they get deplatformed and do something else with their lives. I really don't care to see people like this ever, personally.
That's
Like,
fair.
I could care less of his existence, TBH. But I mean,
hopefully this is the last time we need to talk about it.
yeah,
Aside from that, I do have to disagree. I think a lot of people really love looking at on TV, as evidenced
of
by like
course.
half the
Again, like,
shows.
Mm.
he's simply entertaining, and that's why niggas like keeping him around until like there's a bunch of kids in the in the alt right pipeline And then you're gonna be like, oh, how the fuck did this shit happen? You look like a fucking clown. Because you know how it happened. You watched it happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I'm sorry, but if you get a whole bunch of radical niggas to come out of this radical incels, radical MGTOW niggas, radical red pill guys, like you simply cannot be surprised, think that it's super duper wild, and support this man at the same time. That simply does not track to me, at least. At that point, like I'm like, hey, bro. But yeah,
That's
I
fair.
mean,
That was this episode. Remember, the opinions that are our own. I will say this now. The video we saw is from this channel called TikTok Dino or Dino, whatever, whichever way he
Shout him
pronounced.
out.
Yeah,
DYNO.
I'll link that channel at the bottom of the description of the video once I've uploaded. And again, yeah, this is our opinions. If you wanna form your own, go ahead. Go watch the videos. It's the only way this will work. And this is the Untitled Goon Roundtable.
Forget to smash that like button.
Smash that like button, smash that subscription, so that and share around, so that maybe one day we can get that mighty monetization.
the mighty monetization. We
Or
definitely gonna have to change up some of the words we use.
I mean, we don't have to.
I'm being legitimately serious. This is not gonna fly for a lot of YouTube regulations and stuff.
I mean, maybe if we get that cool sponsorship and Patreon, maybe it'll change.
We also gotta look into the user, the
You're thinking
YouTube usage
backwards. I
policy.
think we need to have niggas.
We gotta look into the usage policy too, because I think like with playing a video, I think like the longest clip you can do of something without like of like continuous play is like 5 to 10 seconds, I think, or is it like 20 seconds? But
I mean, I think we definitely followed that. We didn't
I
play
think
like
we
a
did
minute
too.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we always
we
pause
gotta
things.
find out what it is.
Yeah, plus it's a reaction video, so if you think about it. Anyways, goodbye
Yeah.
for now. Out.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.